Drew Massey again from Game Time Sports and Training. I want to talk to you today about some power exercises, or more specifically, some plyometric exercises. Got a little 3-hurdle drill that we're going to show you. It's all based off of single leg power. Most sports are played on a single leg, and you have to express power unilaterally on one leg. So we're going to use this nice little progression, this hurdle hop progression, that I have to give credit where credit's due. I got this from a friend of mine, Dan Gableman, and in talks with Nick Winkleman as well. But this is a nice little progression. Most people just want to get right into the good stuff, and they want to kind of go through the hurdles as fast and as strong and as hard as they can, and they pay very little attention to stability. Well, in our first progression, we want to make sure that we're nice and stable over the hurdle before we hit the next hurdle. So one of the things we want to look at is we want to make sure that athlete can stick that landing and stiffen up those muscles and tendons and ligaments and hold that position nice and stable before they actually take off to go to the next hurdle. So our first progression in this is just hurdle hop with stabilization. So we'll kind of take off that lead leg or that right leg, and we want to hop over, stick, give them time to stick that, make sure they're nice and stiff, load that hip. We're going to come again, stick, give them time to stick it, last one, stick. And after they do that for about 3 or 4 weeks, we want to move them through our next progression, and this is called a double tap. And what we want to do is now we want to take advantage of the elastic properties of our muscles and tendons, and we want to create kind of a double contact in between each one. So we get a little bit of that stability, but we also get a little bit of that spring action that we see in a lot of our plyometrics. So our double tap, single leg hop over hurdle with the double tap looks like this. Double tap, double tap, double tap, stick. We want to make sure that they stick that nice and solid. And then our final progression is the one most people use early on. This is just going to be a single leg hurdle hop with no double tap. So we call this continuous, or we want to tell them that the ground is hot. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the ground. This looks like a more true plyometric exercise. So we'll start, load that leg, and quick off the ground. And we want to see that good stick at the end, good athletic position, hips back, chest is up, loading that hip. So that's a nice little plyometric progression that you can use with your athletes to ensure that they're not only powerful, but they're also stable in those positions as well. So hopefully we can decrease that chance of injury.